Hi, Red Bud families. In the Montessori classroom, when we show new material or give a new lesson, we do it, it's called a 3-period lesson. And so I'll just show you really quickly how that's done. And basically you're taking like a small amount of information and breaking it up into a way that the child can practice and feel successful. So I'll show you today using sandpaper letters. So when I give a sandpaper letter presentation, I have 3. Usually we almost always in each lesson have 3 letters, 3 numbers, 3 pictures, 3 continents. We usually do 3. And the first part of the 3-part lesson is just giving the information, right? And so I'll have the material and I'll give the child the name of it or the sound of it or whatever the information is that they need. So I would start with this and I would show the child and then I would go, this is this is and the child would model it back. And then we think of some words like monkey and moose and muffin. And then I would give the child the other information after they practice with this for a while. We want it to be fun and interesting, something that relates to the child. With this one, if there's somebody in their family's name or their name or something that they like there's a child who likes monster trucks, we'd say monster trucks, right? Try to relate it to the child and make it fun. Then I would give them the other one and I would say, ah, ah, ah. And then we'd think of words. And it would go kind of slow, but you just kind of have to read the child and see how interested they're in. You definitely want them to be engaged and, making contact with the materials. And that being said, at home, you don't have to have these special sandpaper letters. You can just write them on a piece of paper. It's still presenting the information, right? It's just use lowercase cursive. And there's also a link on the Facebook page to printable movable alphabets that you could just print out if you have a printer. But writing them down is fine. So when we do and then I give them the information for the last one. So we tummy, tongue, toes, tea, all those things. Some children already know the names of all the letters, and that's okay. Sometimes I say, the name of this one's M, but the sound it makes is M, right? Or the name of this one is A, but the sound it makes is A, and they can understand that. They understand that they have a name and they also have a sound. And we really want to know the sounds because then we can start building words really quickly, right? So the second part of the lesson, after we give the information, is where we're building the child's confidence and letting them practice with it. So I have them on the table. Let's see if you can see. And then I just mix them around after we've practiced and I've told them what they are. So I say, all right, I'm going to mix them up. Mixy, 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 mixy. Show me where's And they may get it right, they may get it wrong. That's okay. If they get it wrong, nothing happens. I just give them the information again and we practice it a little bit more, right? So it's all just practice. So if they find they can trace it again. Or you can play a different game where you mix them up and then you say, will you put t on your head? Where's t? Can you put t on your head? And so you want to really do repetition at this point. Give them lots of chances to find it, to get it, to hear it again from you, right? Over and over again. And then, so that's the second period, right? The first period is giving them the information. The first period is giving them the information. The second period is them practicing with it, with your support. And then if they seem like they're getting it, the third period is just kind of like the test. So you could say, this is where they're giving you the information back. And so then you could point and say, after they had lots of practice with you during that second period, you could say, what's that one? Right? And touch it and then see if they can give you the information back. And so then if they've had a lot of good work in the second period, they might be able to tell you that that's ta. And the first time, they might not be able to give you that third period, and that's okay too. The next day or the next lesson, another time, you could take out maybe 2 of these that they've already practiced and feel good about and put in a new one, right? And so it's not about getting it right away. We're always playing the long game, right? We're never, crunching for a test. We're trying to do, we're always looking at the long game, right? So that's how you give a 3-period lesson. First period, you give them the information. The second period, you play with the information, make it fun, and just have lots of repetition. In the third period, you can see if they can, verbalize back to you what it is. And that's the same way you would do if you were doing numbers, right? Many of the children know 1 through 9, but they could always use a little practice. And again, you don't have to have these special materials. You can just write them on a piece of construction paper or white paper. Maybe, use different colors, something to make it interesting. But it's the same way. So you would take 3 pieces of information. 3 pieces of information, tell the child what they are, play with them, put them on your shoe, put them on your shoulder. Can you put 3 on your elbow? Can you put 3 at the top of the table? Can you put 2 under the table? All of those things. And then the last part would be asking for them to give the information back. Okay, so that's how to do a 3-period lesson. It's short, 5 minutes. It's fun. Yeah, that's it. Short and fun. Yeah. Thank you.